This is another oscillator from Noise Engineering on the Arturia MiniFreak, and it's called Harm, which isn't about harming anything. It's about harmonics. And it is very interesting and useful and different from the other harmonically based oscillator that you find on the Arturia MiniFreak. Starts off with a sine wave sort of sound. And then we go over to the spread, which is what is at the wave. Now, what the spread does is it basically generates harmonics, and the spread affects what harmonics are created and their relationship to the fundamental sine, which is what we're hearing. As you'll be able to see, it kind of ends up sounding like a ring modulator a little bit. So about halfway up, you get into just basically a different timbre, but there's something going on with the harmonics that has to do with tuning as well. So I think it's the harmonic content isn't necessarily in a direct harmonic relationship with the fundamental. So you're getting harmonics that would indicate a different fundamental frequency on top of this fundamental, and that's why you get tuning bizarreness. So if you continue to go up, you get to that perfect octave relationship, and then it gets weird from there. It ends up shifting the harmonics in frequency and shifting the fundamental in frequency. You could use this as your own pitch bend. If you assigned this to control the wave function, you could actually make pitch bends that are a little bit different than the pitch bends you would typically get, because you're also shifting these harmonics. So it sounds like more than one oscillator. Or you could use it to modulate the tuning of what you're on. If you needed to jump up into a different key, you could certainly use, again, these controls over here to set yourself at a particular key that you're playing in, which is kind of cool. There's some modulation that you don't even have to use a modulator for, so that's cool. The next one in the timbre setting is rectify. And rectify, you know, I am obviously not an engineer or an electronics person, but rectify is sort of like wave folding. It is a function that reshapes the waveform. In this case, it's obviously adding some really great timbral content. And it looks like there's an octave shift in that as well. I noticed that as I was moving the wave, which is the spread, there was some cool sounds happening. You have the possibility of an interesting transient there. If you apply an envelope to your wave/spread, you could get a burst of harmonics there at the beginning of the sound and then have it settle into that nice octave, which sounds pretty cool. And the last in shape is noise, which is apparently phase modulated noise and clipping. Gives it a brightness, a sizzle. Very bright. And if you didn't want it that bright, you could, of course, roll some of that off with the filter cutoff. Whatever that is. So I've tuned the spread to about a fifth above, which gives it sort of a power chord feel. And then, of course, the rectification is giving it some crunch. Well, almost sounds like feedback there for a second. And then we've got the noise, which is very noisy. Cool. There is a lot you can do with that. It is basically just a timbre source that gives you some interesting timbres. And as with all of these, just adding some modulation to any of these settings. You get a whole playground of sound that happens before you even get to the filter or effects. And that is amazing. It's really great that this paradigm allows you to have so much control over source oscillation so that you can have a lot going on there and use your modulation for other things, or use several different modulations for that, letting your filter just be sometimes just a filter, and not like an effect, but rather something where you're actually shaping the harmonic content to suit your purposes. And that is a rare treat. So that is the noise engineering harm oscillator found on the Arturia MiniFreak.